G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Pete's Gold Adventures. Today we are back out at Sandy Creek. I thought before summer hits and dries out all the water out of here, I thought I'd best come back and have another go because I knew if it dried out I'd probably regret not coming back out for at least another crack at this creek. Anyway, I'm going to do some test pans about around where I got all the fine gold last time because it was really great colour count. I know it didn't add up to a lot, but I didn't move a huge amount of gravel either. I'd only done 2 runs. I can't generally do too much more. The old back sort of gets a bit on the painful side of things. But anyway, I'll give you a look at where I was last time. And yeah, you'll see that I didn't actually move a huge amount. Like the hole may have filled in a little. I did drag some material back into the hole, but yeah, I'll give you a bit of a look where I was last time. So that's me pile of tailings there. I did smooth it out a fraction, but I don't recall pulling too much back into the hole. But yeah, there's a little bit of a hole going on there, but there is a bit of bedrock behind it. So I'm interested to see if I dig back towards this bedrock. So it's just sort of in down here. If I dig back towards that bedrock, whether there's some more fine gold there. So I'll get the pan out. We'll do a couple of test pans and yeah, see what we can find. I'm not sure. It seems to, I'm on the clay already, so I'd say the hole was behind that had the fine gold. But anyway, I'll wash this off and see how it goes. Alrighty guys, let's see what we have. Not super confident. It seemed to be a bit shallow and on the high side of it. A bit of lead there. A couple of bits of lead. Yeah, that's sort of what I suspect. There's not a huge amount going on. No, just a little tiny bit of flour gold just there. Anyway, I'll give it another test there and we'll see how we go. Righto guys, test pan 2. So I just clipped some grey clay at the bottom. It's down about a foot. Now it's worse than the first. So it really does seem like it was in that drop-off part, straight after that bit of decomposed bedrock. But yeah, it's probably hard to see, but it's a little line less than the first. So no, we'll try another test pan and see if we can get some better results. Righto guys, there we go. So yeah, look, there'd be 15 flowers there, but nothing too crazy. I've crept around the corner a little. I might even creep around a little bit further. That's how we go. You can see where the original hole was. So just here, I've sort of crept across a bit to where the shovel is. So I might even go a bit further around the corner because we're sort of heading towards the apex of the bend. But yeah, we'll give it a little bit more of a crack a bit further on and see if we can get a little bit better show than that, because I'm not sure I want to high bank that yet, but I probably will because I can't help myself. Anyway guys, I'll get another one and we'll see how that turns out. Well guys, it's been probably a couple of hours. I've done 15 plus test pans all up and down this creek. Nothing but tiny bits of flour and not a lot of it. So I've actually come back to where I actually test panned last week. I found a couple of decent bits here. It's probably the biggest bits I've found in this sort of section of the creek. So I thought I'll come back and yeah, look, I've got a couple of bits that aren't too bad, but I'll show you where we're at. So last week I was up around the corner. This time, yeah, you can see where the shovel is. That little stretch through there, you can see all the big heavies have dropped out. So that's where I've got the most bigger bits in this part of the creek, basically. All the rest has been flour. So I've just done a test pan. So yeah, this little guy, not too bad. Look, it's the biggest bit I've got today, so it's not a bad pan. So I think if we can run high bank here for an hour, hour and a half, we might do all right. So anyway, guys, I'm going to set the high banker up just up there and see how we go. Alrighty guys, so we have everything set up. The gold thingy is set, ready to go. I didn't bother putting the dream mat on today. It doesn't even seem to get anything in it anyway, so we'll just run with this today. The top mat seems to do a great job of getting all the gold, so if you haven't got a top mat, guys, I highly recommend it, because about 80% of your gold is sitting up in the top mat. Anyway, I'm going to dig that little channel out from where the shovel is, and hopefully we'll get onto a little bit of gold today. Righto guys, top mat check. So we'll see how we go. Cannot see anything large sticking its head out. Do see somewhat kind of rivet looking thing there. Nah, no chunkies. Anyway, we'll get this top mat out and we'll see what we got. Alrighty guys, this is about 45 minutes run time, so hopefully you get something. There's a little bit coming up over there already, so that's not a bad sign. It's going to fight us, the old you see it's starting to come out over here. There's a little bit there, a couple of old mates. And there we go guys, not too bad. That's a nice little smile. That's worth doing. It's not like crazy, but it's only 45 minutes worth, so looks like I might continue to sort of run this little channel here, run a little bit further. I'll show you how much I have actually done. So basically from the big puddle, I sort of just came up around there, so not a huge amount of area, but got some half decent colour out of it, so I'll keep going. So I'll probably do from where the shovel is up to where that puddle starts there, so a couple more meters, and I'll yeah, a couple of feet wide, and I'll just sort of strip that bit out and shove that through, and that'll be my next run and probably the final one. So I'll get set up again and we'll get stuck into it and see what we can come up with. Alrighty guys, well that's about another 45-minute or so run on the box, so hopefully we'll get a little bit out of this. I've sort of gone right up that little channel, so we're sort of about here-ish. Probably a bit further in front where the shovel is, but yeah, basically all gone up and all but connected up the other end, so I'm a bit cooked, so that will do me for the day since we've done so much panning to start with. Alrighty, so what can we see? I cannot see any big chunks hanging out of that anywhere. Anyway, I will do a clean out and we'll see what we can come up with. Hopefully some good colour would be nice. Well, the first one wasn't too bad, so hopefully it continued on that way. So the better gold might have been down the bottom of this. For the amount of dirt I've moved, probably not super spectacular. Oh, there we go. Not huge. Anyway, all in good fun. So I'll clean out the little bricky grate mat and the main mat and see if we can get a bit more. Alright guys, so I have put the bricky grate and bottom mat all in at once. So this is the final cleanup of the rest of the high banker. Now, I did do a bottom mat clean out after the first one because I don't think expanded mesh and minus moss will hold a lot of gravel. So I did give that one a bit of a clean out. Got a few bits, but yeah, not a huge amount in it. So I project the most of this was actually in the bricky grate, especially after the first clean out. Anyway, not too bad. Hopefully you can see that there. A bit in the shade. It's a nice little smile going on. A little bit of sand there, but not too bad. Alright, I'll get that snuffered up and I'll dump it into the little pan and we'll see what we've got for the day. Alright guys, this is the takings for the day. I don't think it's going to be huge, but look, I had a bit of fun doing it, so it's all that matters. Better than sitting inside. Alrighty, let's see what we got. A little bit of sand in here. Trying to get some of this blonde sand out of there. Yeah, there we go. Look, it's a bit of colour there. It's not too bad. Pretty happy with that. Maybe 0.2 if I'm lucky. Yeah, there's one nice little bit there. Anyway guys, I'll get this home, get it dried out, get it on the scales and see what the final count is. Well guys, we're back in the shed. The gold is clean and dry and ready to put on the scales. But yeah, it was a great day out. I probably test panned for 3 hours plus that day up and down the creek and didn't really find any great little pay streaks. So I went back to one that I'd found in previous weeks I'd been there, and look, it paid out pretty well. I'd probably done 2 45-minute runs on the high banker, and look, if we get 0.2, that's not too bad. So if I can do 0.1 a run, you never know, with a couple little pickets, we might get up there a little. But anyway, guys, we'll get this on the scales and see how we went. Alrighty, guys, let's see how we went for the day. Look, 0.2, I'll be happy. .19, nearly a 0.2, but look, goes to show that if we do about a 45-minute run, if we get up to an hour, we're going to get our 0.1 per run, and if we can do 5 or 6 of them with a couple of pickers, you never know, we might get up to 3/4 of a gram. Well guys, that little channel is showing a little bit of promise. I only done a thin strip of it, we got 0.2. I probably only done about 20% of it, so maybe there could be a gram in that little strip of dirt. But anyway guys, that's for another day. Anyway, if you did enjoy this episode, don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers guys.